starting at the curriculum, I know a couple people have asked, like, how do I know what the latest curriculum is? Is there something I can review? Absolutely, you have 2 different ways to review. Really, honestly, the only big changes that I've seen in the curriculum has to do with medical ops. And there's a couple tweaks there. I think they lightened up a little bit of search and rescue stuff, but it shouldn't look horribly different from what you've had in the past, but there's 2 different ways you can do that. I'd sent out the participant manual to you guys before. You could go on that, just review the unit quickly. If you don't feel like doing all that crazy reading, you could go onto the online CERT.org program. And I'm going to send this PowerPoint out for you guys too after the meeting. And you can review the unit. It's pretty much going to be what they're seeing, what they've been taught on. I don't know if anyone's taken it or looked at it, but they're not horribly boring. I think they're kind of interesting, some of them. So that's always a quick way to just kind of chill out, you know, with a coffee or something and just kind of go through it. Most of the units are between an hour and a half to take the whole unit, and you take the quizzes and things like that. I've been having check-ins every week. And absolutely no one has been coming. So they've been doing it on their own. They've been doing great. I've already got some course completions already. This is their last week of finals, so I anticipate after this week I'll probably get a lot more. But they seem to be pretty much flying through this and not having many questions. Now, with that being said, when they do show up, we may have to do a little bit of review, right? Because they're coming into it sort of, you know, it's been a while for some of them since they completed the course. So that's kind of the downside of the hybrid style, is that, you know, sometimes we have to walk them through a little bit more. I'm working on having some extra help for you guys. So instructor versus volunteer. So we've got people that I have as actual instructors, and I have people who are volunteering, so we're either comfortable being instructors or said, oh yeah, I'll help, but I don't want to be like the main person talking. So the instructor will do the quick review at the beginning of each skill station, and they're pretty much in charge of the overall skill station in general and how it runs. The volunteers will assist the instructor with students. I'll be breaking them out. I don't know if you guys got a chance to look at the schedule, but I'm going to break them out into 3 groups. So whether that looks like, you know, 9 in each group, or we have more kids, I'm anticipating no more, you know, 10 to 12 in each group of students, and we'll do a 3-station rotation. Also too, I know there was some questions about this, so let me show you. When I did the skills assignment list, I kind of took the skills that would kind of correlate to each of the stations, but it may have made more sense to me and not to you guys. So I was just going to kind of clarify a little bit. Can you guys see this over here where it says there's the green? Yeah, okay. So basically these skills are taken from the hybrid CERT acceptable curriculum, and we kind of, you know, taken them out and put the skills that we know we're going to do in person. So how you read this basically is of the list of 1 to 70 skills, this is the skill number that they've associated with their skills list, and then the unit that it corresponds to in the participant manual, and then the participant manual page. So PM means participant manual. I think that was a little confusing. Took me a while to figure out what this all meant as well, so I had to study this darn thing for a while. Main instructors, I decided, since we've got, you know, so many people on here, I kind of just used you know, acronyms. So
change this. This is the final one.
Does that make sense so far?
Yeah.
Yes. Did you mail out this final assignment?
I did, but for some reason your guys' email bounced back. And so I sent it to Fred, to the Fred email I had was a different one. Did you guys get this? Because I sent it a couple of times and I was concerned you didn't get it.
I didn't receive it. Did you receive it, Fred?
I didn't remember seeing it.
Okay. So Fred, I sent it to like another email. I think it was a Gmail account I had for you. Okay. So maybe check that. Yeah, because it bounced back for some reason, which I thought was really weird.
Yeah, I don't understand why, because we use that.
I don't either. All the time. Yeah. But I will, I'm going to send this recording out too, and I can send the PowerPoint, this one again to you guys, and hopefully it goes through. So so we did, let me talk about the schedule really quick. So I kind of broke it out here. Let me break it out for you guys. It's a little easier to see. This is a lot of writing on this one. So we're going to start off. I'll be there at 8 o'clock, if you guys can be on deck at 8, that would be awesome, just to set up the tents, tables, chairs, etc. I will have a map, and we can have a quick briefing on where things go up there and where we're going to set up. So I'll supply that to you when you guys come. I'll have donuts and coffee for you, or bagels, whatever you guys prefer. The teens will be coming at 9 o'clock. We'll have a check-in station. During that time, we'll do a brief, instructor volunteer talk. I think I'm going to have Denise do that while we get everybody checked in. We have to get them assigned the 211, COVID screening, things like that. So that's going to be a combination of Marcia and Heppenstall from Los Altos, myself, and I have a teen CERT kind of parent ambassador that's going to be there too. So during this, you guys pretty much have a little bit time to set up, and then, kind of do a quick brief, ask questions if you need to. And then we'll start, I'll give the teens a little bit of a briefing between 9:30 and 9:45. And then that time, we'll have you guys kind of, if you can work together to do the cribbing, do a cribbing demo and a fire suppression demo, that would be awesome. I did have to change up the schedule a bit because I was able to get County Fire to send an engine company. So at least they'll be able to give us some extra assistance, like with cribbing and things like that. So I may stick them over there to do those demos, just to kind of give them some action, because I know the teens like that too. So between 9:30 and 9:45, I'm going to give the teens a safety briefing and review the stations and the schedule with them, but they'll have everything. I'm going to give them sort of a little packet, and you guys too, so everyone is on the same page and knows kind of where they're going. I might even get them like a lanyard with the schedule on it. So the first thing we're going to do as a group is do a whole group cribbing demo and fire safety review pass method. While we're doing that, I'm going to assign them to 3 different groups. There'll be 1A, 1B, and 1C. I just kind of put everybody up there to help with the cribbing demo and fire safety review pass method. If they need a break, because this is sort of a hefty quick schedule, we can just kind of let them, if they need to go run to the restroom, that's fine. We can break in between here if we have times before we start our station rotations if we need to. So station rotations, the 3 main stations are fire suppression and cribbing, search and rescue and lifts and carries, and then damage assessment. I'm also going to have Denise, Marcia, and Ann follow each of the groups. So they're going to kind of be there for the kids. They need to go to the restroom, or they have a, an issue. I know I already been talking to one parent, and their son is having a problem with his voice box, and he can't really talk. So I'm going to assign someone to him to kind of walk him around and make sure that he's comfortable. And if he has questions or, wants to say things, that he has a voice to do that. So they're going to be around kind of following them to each station. And then each station is going to be 45 minutes, and then we'll rotate. So here's kind of how the rotation is going to move. We have the fire engine from 9 to 1. So that's why I had to kind of smush some stuff together. So we're doing all medical in the afternoon. But before that, we're going to break for a group photo by the fire engine. We'll have the VIPs that are invited, all you instructors, volunteers, engine company. We'll do a big group photo. Then we'll have lunch for half an hour, and then we'll have their graduation ceremony. I know it's kind of weird. We're going to do the graduation, let everybody that needs to go, and then we're going to do our medical treatment station. I'm not going to cover triage with them. I feel like it's a lot of information they're getting, and I'm going to do probably a teen version of triage with them, just kind of really loosely, easily, but I'd like to have it by itself. I just think that that's a lot of info for a short amount of time. So we'll focus more on just regular medical treatment, splinting. What else do I have on there? Decap BTLS, do a kind of quick head to toe. Just kind of learning a little bit about the medical treatment stuff versus a triage kind of situation. I did move a lot of my people that were in the mornings that want to do other things that we're not doing in the morning to the medical treatment. So just so you guys know, I did kind of move people around a little bit, but my main instructors are going to, I think, Sean, I have you as being a medical treatment person. Is that okay?
Yeah, you've got me on there.
Yeah, you're cool with that?
We're there now.
Some of the stuff you wanted, we're not going to be doing during the Teen Cert one. So that's why, I mean, if you're uncomfortable, we can stick you somewhere else.
Oh, no, that's fine. We can
okay.
make it work.
Okay, cool. And I can always help you too, because by that time we'll probably be done, and I can jump in. And I'm going to have pretty much anyone that's not assigned to medical treatment sort of maybe help putting away other stations if we have some left over, because we're probably going to run around a lot. So we'll have the other instructors put stuff away, and then maybe Sean, if you want to help with that instead of this, or I'm pretty flexible. I just wanted to have a pretty decent plan.
No, it's
but
okay.
if you really,
I'm fine with doing it. It's
okay.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Okay. I mean, if you guys get there and you're just like, I hate this, I can't do it, that's totally fine. I mean, we'll find something else for you. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff to do that day. So then I'm going to wrap up with the teens, and then we'll do final cleanup, and then we're going to be out of there. So we'll be moving kind of quick through this, but I'm hoping that it goes well. And like I said, it's my first time having this, because typically Santa Clara County does it, fire department. So it's sort of new for all of us to do it on our own. But I'm going to take what we do here, and I spoke with Stephen Teeter from Campbell CERT, and I think what we're going to do in fall is have another one with them and whoever else wants to. I think we're going to combine forces, more like how it used to be West Valley, to do a lot of our trainings, and maybe like twice a year we're going to have a big one, and we'll have probably an in-person class and also a hybrid model if someone wants to take the hybrid model. So I'm hoping that what we learn here, because I'm sure it's not going to go perfectly well, we'll do a little briefing. What we learn here will hopefully help us in the future to support Campbell CERT with their program that they're putting together. So does anyone have any questions for me?
Is this the same schedule as on the 26th?
Yes, it's pretty much going to mirror each other. The only addition I'm probably going to do is when it comes to medical treatment stations, I'm going to probably put in triage as well. So what we'll probably do is break up into 2 big groups, and I'll do a triage group and then a medical treatment group. Okay. I think that's probably the best way to do it. I will say that we have about 9 people signed up. And most of them are Los Altos. I only have 1 Los Altos Hills. I didn't realize that until I went through the whole list. I was like, oh no, I only have 1. With that being said, I did tell Anne, no problem. Well, it doesn't matter to me who I train, but if we don't have at least 15 or 20 people, I think to gather everyone on a day and go through that stuff is probably not really fair. So we decided on the 18th we'll make the final decision whether we're going to keep going with Skills Day on the 26th or not. I think we try to get it as quick as we can this summer and done with the time frame we have. But I think people want to go play now, which no judgment, I do too. So I think people are ready to go tackle the summer and go have fun. So we'll see how we look for the 26th. I'll let you know by the 18th. Every day I have a new person sign up, so I'm hoping that we can still do it. If not, we will postpone it till when the Campbell CERT does theirs. I think they're looking into October as a time frame. So worst case scenario, I'll probably open up another hybrid class again for the people that couldn't continue it and do it this time. Maybe we'll do it next time on the online. I'll probably try to work with Campbell on doing it in person, but that's to be announced.
Victoria, a question.
Yes.
So hearing you talk about the 26th and the number of Los Altos versus Los Altos Hills folks, a number of us that volunteered for you have taught CERT for a number of years, who've conducted or helped conduct the graduation exercises up at the town hall.
Yeah.
All thanks to Marcia Hovey, as a phenomenal train the trainer. And so where I'm going with that is, if there are things that we can do, we can easily marshal enough Los Altos trainers with experience in doing the exercises at town hall. So if you want to just hand that over to us for the 26th to relieve everybody except the Los Altos trainers, I think I'm looking at Cookie and Fred and Patricia to see if they're smiling or frowning at me, but I think we could pull it off just fine if it came to that.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I do have the engine company coming out as well on that day. So you have even extra help. It really depends. I mean, if my Los Altos Hills people are like, we don't care, we'll go out, doesn't matter, we're locked in already for that day, I mean, I'm already scheduled to do it. So for me,
Okay.
you know, I'm fine. If you guys are fine with it and nobody really cares about that, you know, they're not going to be like, how'd you welcome me? You know, you drag us out here for 5 people, then I'm completely okay with it. I mean, Ann and I are planning to do it. So,
Okay, well, we can marshal some additional Los Altos specific help. I'm pretty sure
okay.
if that is needed, just raise your hand.
Yes, it is actually. I talked to Ann today, but Eduardo is going to be hopefully getting some more people. I do need some more people to help Patricia with damage assessment. So I do know I need people in the morning to do that for teen CERT and then for the adult version too.
Okay.
That's your assignment, Patricia, was damage assessment, and I have Fred helping Ed Bridgman with search and rescue.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay. Yep. And I'll have everything ready for you, Patricia. I'll have all the, you just need to let me know if you want to bring any special things. Like, I don't know if you have a special way you do it, but I was just going to make the pictures. But if you want to do something else, then just let me know.
Are you talking, well, I'm not exactly clear on the different roles between instructors and volunteers and which we are and what I'm going to be doing with damage assessment. Am I going to be teaching it? Am I going to be
Yes.
checking?
You're
Okay.
going to be, yeah, you're going to be in charge of that station. And then I'm trying to get some volunteers to help you like set up, you know, walk people through, answer questions, those kind of things. Yes.
So are you gonna,
This would be the typical exercise that we've done in the past with pictures and
Yep.
written
Wall.
scenario underneath it. You go,
Yep.
the teams go in pairs, you break them out into pairs and they go station to station and they document what they've got. And in the past, we've included radio communications in that. And I don't know if Victoria has that in mind or not. I think not.
Not for teens, but
Right.
we should do that for adults. We can add that in since you're offering to take the reins a little bit on your Los Altos peeps. Maybe
Sure.
we want to add that in for the, yeah. We have some
can.
time to put that in. Yeah.
and who has the scenarios?
I have some, but do you have some that you guys have used in the past? Do you have like it sounds to me like maybe you guys already have one that you use. If that's what you want to do, that's completely fine with me.
We'll draw on Harry's bank. He's got a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, he sounds like he's a plethora of
What?
training information.
I shamelessly steal from everyone. Marcia, you know,
Hey, I do too. I do
even
too.
Peter, anybody I
No
can steal
judgment
from.
here.
County
No
Fire,
judgment here.
we've got a bunch of the ones that we've used with County Fire over the years. So, you know,
Okay.
there are a bunch. But
Okay.
if you have a set that you would start with that you think is enough of a set, then if you have that, I would just send
I
that.
don't have it. I have to make
Uh,
one. So if you already
Oh,
have one made, I'd like to work
Yeah.
smart, not hard.
okay.
Victoria, Mike had a set, but I also have 2 sets at my house.
Do you? Oh, good. Can I borrow
Right.
them?
I'll give you those, but use what Harry has because I think they're probably more current.
Okay.
They're
Are you
probably
okay with that,
yours
Mary?
and some others.
Yeah.
Harry put a lot of effort into scenarios the last time we had a drill. And there's a very good set from that.
Okay.
We had
Perfect.
a training drill and Harry provided a set of scenarios for that.
I
Beautiful.
didn't even think of using those, so I'll add that to the pool. Yeah.
Can I
Then-
let you guys interact with each other on that and
Yep.
let me know if I need to provide anything for you, and then just, you know, if you let me know by,
Does the schedule make it clear how much time we have for the whole activity?
45 minutes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep, for each time frame.
And there's going to be, how many people in the teen class?
So right now we have 20 signed up, but I was telling everybody they kind of do things at the last minute. So it could possibly between, you know, we could have some more. So I'm anticipating probably no more than 35, but right now we're standing at about 20. So they'll probably be groups of 10 or 11, 12 at the most.
But for the scenarios, we work in smaller groups. You're not going to send 10 people around to one place.
know that she is.
Yes, I am. But when they get to their stations, you can break them up. And then that's why I want to have help so that they can walk around.
Good.
Okay,
Yeah,
We can
Yeah.
talk through that, Patricia, for the
okay.
Yeah.
for the
we got-
damage assessment. We
Yeah.
can talk through how to organize that if you want.
yeah.
Okay.
Are the activities, the locations for the activities that you're planning, are they the same locations that you've always used?
So I've never been there, but I'm gonna assume yes, right, Marcia?
That's the right answer. Stay with that answer.
Yeah, we still don't know if we have the council chambers or if that part's gonna have to be done outside.
Wow. Brutal.
Yeah, they're doing some renovation there, so we're
Hmm.
waiting on that answer. But yes, that's the next thing is I have to look at the map. But yes, as far as I know, we're doing the search and rescue in the Heritage House like usual. I'm assuming the parking lot is where we're doing some of the fire suppression stuff. Marcia, is that correct?
That's usually inside the council chambers, but it could be done out there or in between the two buildings.
No, fire suppression,
Fire
isn't it out by the dumpster? And that,
It depends on which unit. They're not doing live fire, they're doing
Yeah.
electric
Yeah, the
electric
bullets.
fire.
oh, they are electric. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
better.
we have multiple versions. So we have the electric one, we have the 2 fire pans, and we actually have a barbecue that we found that does like a fire thing too. Yeah,
do you have the propane
so-
pan?
yes,
Do you have a propane pan?
that,
That works really nice.
it really does.
And it's
Yeah.
live,
Yeah.
and it's live
Yeah.
fire. So
Yeah.
if you trust people to do that, your instructors and
I'm trusting
volunteers,
Ashley. I'm putting all my hopes and dreams and fears into Ashley.
then okey-dokey.
No, we have Denise out there and we also have the fire department, so they should be able to figure that out. I would hope.
You're trusting a
If you-
firefighter to put out the fire?
I know. Trust
She's
me,
not on
I
the call right
know.
now,
I
so I
have
can say this and I won't get in too much trouble.
No, I tell that to my husband whenever he tries to start a campfire. I'm like, you cannot keep a fire burning to save your life. It's
She
ridiculous.
actually can't. She can't start fires with
No, they don't know how to.
No,
I know,
they
it's
really don't.
crazy. Yeah, I know. We give him so much crap. I mean, usually my teenagers start the fire, or we have some Boy Scouts come over to help because he can't figure it out.
I think I'm supposed to work with that guy.
Can I ask a quick question on the medical real quick? What props and or materials will I have and how many? I see I need to be doing splints. I need to do compression of wounds.
I'll have all that for you.
Yeah?
I'll have it all.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So once we get things set up, you can play around and kind of go over the stuff, and I'll have a quick review of each of the things. You can kind of look at it and go, oh, that's right. It's how you whatever. So we're kind of all saying the same thing. I'll have like a sheet, splinting sheet, and that way people can reference it too when they start going through it. Because like I said, those are the kind of things that they haven't had any hands-on with. It's just been all talking. So that's why I'm gonna push as many people probably in that area as I can. That way we can kind of walk them through it, because I think they're gonna need a lot of guidance, at least in that area. We didn't get guidance with everything, but I think the medical stuff and the splinting and things like that, they haven't had. Some of them are Boy Scouts, so they may be telling us stuff we don't know. But these kids are smart, man. They're smarter than I am. I'm telling you. They do their own spreadsheets while I'm talking to them. Oh, you want to do this? Okay, here you go. And I'm going, oh my gosh, that would have taken me like 2 months. So yeah, they're pretty on top of it. They may surprise us, but yeah. So I'll have all that stuff for you, Sean, so you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Victoria, are you including Stop the Bleed in that medical piece or not?
I probably will do a little side shoot of Stop the Bleed, but I can have Denise probably do that. Yeah, the
Well, with
tourniquet stuff.
so-
Yeah, because they took it. And I do have about 4 tourniquet like I had, the trainers I had out there, Harry. Yeah.
Right. And that's the reason I asked, because that's gonna, it takes a little bit of time, but it's very valuable.
Yeah.
And if people are ready to, if the coaches are tuned up and ready to use it.
Yeah, I
Do
think
we have
everybody on this
some-
call has taken it, right? You've taken it, Sean, and I know Mari, you have, right?
Well, I was
Yeah.
gonna ask, do we have an instructor, as I have been an instructor in Stop the Bleed classes?
Yes, I'm not official yet. I have to turn my paper again, but yes, I do. But yeah, so do you want to do that part, Sean?
Yeah, because it'll roll. I mean, honestly, as we do the medical here, the fact that we've got, overlapping aspects, it would seem sort of foolish to try to drag them away for, one part of it, which, you look at,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I lost the numbers here, but you know,
Yeah, the skill stuff.
and gosh darn it, where did it go? There it is, 23, 22. Those are square in the middle of the instruction set. So if we try to pull
Yep.
people away for just doing that, wouldn't really make sense. Now 45 minutes makes it really impacted, but
It does. Yep, it does. But if we can, let me think about that, because maybe I can do stations instead of just, you know what I mean? Maybe we can do a station setup, kind of like I would do with skills, Harry, where like you kind of they can go to each station.
yeah, we could definitely try to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
The stop to bleed part of it, we can definitely incorporate a good portion of this together.
And I have, Sean, I have the leg prop for wound packing, but I only have one. I have 4 tourniquets. So yeah, we could always,
I might have a trainer or two, and if not, I can get some from.
Okay, yeah, because maybe we could just do like a group where everyone grabs one, and then you learn how to do it together, and then you put it on each other or something, and we can use that. And then maybe I can find pool noodles. I guess are good for like, I guess that's what Stanford uses in their classes. They use pool noodles and they cut them up, and then they practice stuff. Yeah. So she told me to just do that. So maybe I'll just grab some pool noodles and we'll have those as well.
Honestly, in all the combat medicine classes I've been a part of, we use our hand and we learn how to pack a wound into the fist. It really doesn't take. We don't need to have props for that. It's actually the leg is a great additional prop because you'll feel bone structure, you'll feel shards, etc. But for the general, like, hey, you got a 3-foot section of gauze and you want to pack, just tell them to make a fist and stuff. It really does the job.
That's even better. Just shoot me an email, Sean, of the things that you feel like you need to have, and I'll tell you what I have and don't have. I'm pretty sure I've got everything though. I don't think there's anything I don't have in there. And they're going to have all their gear. We're giving them a Teen CERT backpack that's got like, I don't know, 60 items in it. So they'll have like everything. They'll have their helmet, their pads, their vest, and they're going to get all decked out. So I'll have some extra gloves there for everybody so that, you know, we have gloves, and we'll bring some sanitizing things. But yeah, awesome. Cool. All right.
So,
anything else
Victoria,
you guys? Yes.
Do you want the students to wear their hard hats all the time during the whole thing? That's, I mean, all the time they're actually practicing.
So when I took my CERT one, we had to wear it the whole time.
Yeah, I just wanted to know that, and that's perfectly okay. I'm not advocating anything different.
Yeah.
I just want to, for consistency, I just wanted to know. And
I would say yes, because if they're going to be doing any kind of, you know, activation, you know, they're going to have to wear that. So I say, you know, they need to PPE up,
now,
get everything on.
Are people going to wear masks?
I'm going to ask them to wear masks. Yeah.
Okay. So that adds, you know.
Just because we don't officially open until June 15th, and I do not want to be on the news as a super spreader.
Right. No, I understand.
I got enough problems, Cookie. I don't need to be, you know, answering, I started a great Teen CERT program and we all got COVID. So
just asking for info.
I appreciate that. No, I'm good. You know, if it was June 16th, I would be like, hands down, you know, let's go for it. But yeah, I'm probably going to have them wear a mask.
Good question. I hadn't thought of that. One question. I don't know if you made any reassignments. I shot you an email about my assignment was for cribbing, which I really stink at. I think I've crushed more bodies than I've rescued. So
I think we all have. You're not the only one.
If there's someone else that, you know, wants to step in, I can slide over to damage assessment because I'm very comfortable with that.
Yeah,
so
why don't we do that, Cookie? Yeah, why don't we do that? Because now that I have the engine company, they can help with cribbing. I think at the time I didn't have the engine company. I just found out they were coming like, I don't know, 5 days ago or something, 6 days ago. So yeah, I'll slide you over. That's not a problem.
That's great.
And like I said, if you get there and you're like, you know, no, this isn't, I'm not feeling this, then we can, I think everyone in this call is pretty flexible. I haven't really had anybody be like, I must do, you know. So I think that's cool. We'll move you over to Patricia. You guys have probably worked together in the past.
Yes, we have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Bye, Harry. It's you and the fire company.
I'm still working on help for you, Harry. I'm still working on help for you. I'm sure I can talk someone into doing it.
Victoria, I have a question.
Carrying?
Go ahead, Maury.
I'm sorry I missed that. I thought it started at 6:30.
Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it.
But are we doing the carrying, lifting and carrying?
Yeah, lifting and carrying. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna hopefully get I'm trying to find some other kids to come and do like moulage and stuff, and I haven't had any success because I was hoping to get like some live. I know it's just, right now everybody's just wanting to go run and have fun, so I'm having a hard time finding that. But yeah, we're going to be doing some lifts and carries in the search and rescue station. You're medical, Mari.
Yeah.
You're okay with that still?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question.
Sure.
Victoria,
Sure.
this
Go
is
ahead.
Fred. Are you going to be live person carrying, or are you going to use dummies?
I think dummies are a good idea.
I do too.
Yes, we're not going to be, I would rather not, we pull our backs out or hips
Right.
out,
Well-
myself included. And I can help you do some of those demos too. So yeah.
Yeah,
We'll help you
that's,
together.
yeah, the big thing about that is not hurting people we carry until we really learn how to do it right. And
Yes.
so the dummies is a good idea. And do we
Yes.
have dummies there?
I have one full body dummy that I think was supposed to be for cribbing. Do you guys have any dummies? Los Altos peeps?
Yeah, we got a dummy in a Tyvek suit. It's not beautiful, but full full size.
Okay, yeah, mine won't win any beauty contests either. It's pretty yeah, he's not the most attractive dummy I've ever seen. But yeah, can we borrow that too?
Yeah.
I'm a natural stand-in for a dummy.
Dummies.
Perfect. I have been too. So, but Fred's point's well taken. So we'll bring ours. Our dummy is underweight, oversized,
Overinflated.
overinflated and underweighted. So,
Okay.
but
So
that's okay.
good.
It'll
Yeah,
work.
that's good. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, mine's really foamy, but it should work for the cribbing, I think. That's something that's.
I have a question, Victoria. I found the email that you sent to Fred to his Gmail after you couldn't get it to our SBC accounts.
Yeah.
It has Skills Days Schedule version 1, Teen CERT Days.
Yes.
And if you look at that. I don't see anything. I don't actually see the damage assessment listed on here. What I do see my name on is participating in the gathering facts activity and draw an example of the ABCD quadrant method for communicating damage. But I don't see the damage assessment itself in the exercises. Am I confused?
No, let me, I see what you're saying. Let me see if I can find it. I know it's on here somewhere. Maybe I just didn't copy and paste it correctly. Let me look at it and I'll send you an update, Patricia.
Okay, so you're going to send out an update on this. And on the other earlier schedule, it said that I was going to work with Edward, I think. I'd have to go back here and look at it.
You were going to work with Fred and Ed.
No, Fred was working with you on the, Fred was working on the lift and carries.
Yes. And
Yeah, I had you with Fred and Ed originally, and then I pulled you out because I realized that the damage assessment part wasn't in there, but I think I might have done the wrong thing. So I will resend that out to you, the skills part.
Okay, and you're going to put Cookie on the damage assessment with me.
I'll move Cookie over.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Victoria, because I joined late after Eduardo broke my arms. Could you send me the update as well? This is Bill.
Yes.
Thanks.
I'll make these changes. What we talked about, I'll put in, Sean, I'll put in the stop the bleed stuff too. I'll add that in. And then what I'll do is when it comes to the medical part, I'll also update that to Sean, you being the instructor for the stop the bleed area. And I think what I will do is probably set up tables. And each of the stuff that you guys are going to demonstrate, we'll just have one table for that. And then we'll break them up and they can go in small groups and rotate like every 10 minutes or something.
Okay.
And if we go a little bit over, they think they're staying till 4. So even if we were to go, I'm kind of put a little bit of a time gap in there a little bit. So, if we need to take a little bit more time with them for medical, it's really no big deal. It just means that we leave later. But, if we go a little bit over, I'm not going to stress too hard about it if you guys don't care. Unless you guys have a hard stop.
Please, when you update that, if you want me to demonstrate or teach the quadrant method for communicating damage and or the size up activity, let me know, because if I'm going to have to prepare something, I need to know.
I will. Yep, I will, for sure. No problem.
So in the past, that's been included in the light search and rescue, the quadrant marking.
I think that's where I need to move it over to, and then I need to figure out where her stuff went, because I think it went somewhere else. it went into the air somewhere. So yeah, I'm going to put that as part of the search and rescue, and then I will put the put her stuff in here too.
Okay.
Okay,
Sorry about that.
that's okay.
This is why we're having this meeting.
Do you want to, are you gonna, so in all the prior the prior graduation exercises I've participated in, the instructors and volunteers all used, at least each station had a FRS radio, and we communicated. So there was a timekeeper, a main timekeeper, and an alert. And so if something came up, then you could communicate both directions. So if a station had a problem, they could communicate with the boss and raise flag, and the timekeeper could tell you, give you warnings. Okay, if we got 45 minutes on the station, then maybe at 30 minutes in, you give a warning, and at 5 minutes to change, you say, wrap it up. We got 5 minutes, and then at the change point, so that as best you can, you keep them on schedule. I don't know if that's kind of over. I don't mean to overthink it. I'm just asking.
No, I think that's fine. I don't see that as being a bad thing at all. So let me put that together, and I do have someone that can do that and help me. So I'll put her on that, and she can be the timekeeper. And then I can, if you guys need myself or anyone else, you can just ask for me, and I'll come running right over to help you.
Well,
Okay.
so do we need our FRS radios, Harry, from the trailer so
Well,
that
that was what I was going to follow up asking. I mean,
I think we have some. So let me just ask my IT people, because they're the ones that know more than I do. So let me find out if we have enough for this, and I'll let you know if for some reason we're lacking.
okay. In the past, when County Fire has done the graduation exercises, they've always supplied them so they can control and know that they're all charged and they're all on the right channel and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
it's perfectly okay if you said, okay, everybody bring an FRS radio, and we're gonna start on channel 4, and if we need to change channels because of traffic, we'll go up too. You can just do that and tell us, and we'll bring them.
Victoria, how many radios do you normally operate with?
I have no idea. I honestly don't know. I
If
haven't
you'd
looked
like
into that.
based off our last conversations when we talked about radios and whatnot, I have my personal stash of business band radios. I don't mind bringing them out for the day and setting up the group so you can see what the difference is between having those and the FRS.
Sure.
Harry, we have what, a dozen
Yeah, we have,
FRS?
yeah, plus I've got 4 more, plus Fred
Yeah,
and
4
Patricia
at home
probably
too.
have 4 more,
Right,
so we
right,
can
right.
marshal up.
So
you know.
each station, we could easily cover each station.
If
Okay, then
most,
are you okay with bringing radios then?
We have enough to cover every person that's volunteering.
sure,
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, then let's do that. You okay with that? Because that's one less thing I have to worry about.
yeah, that's right. We can do that. And
Okay.
if most of the folks, if most of the graduates are Los Altos folks, we'll bring the Midland. I know that's not Sean's preferred radio, and with respect to that, but
Yeah.
it is ours because in our geographic area, more power is actually a problem for us, because then you really get a lot of bleed over among the bats, because we're neighborhood by neighborhood. So we actually run them we train our bat leaders to run their and the CERTs that work with them to run their radios on low power, because if they're running on high power,
Yeah,
they're bleeding
yeah.
over 3 bats over. So
Yeah, I think that would be really good because most of these kids, I mean, we've got such a limited, resources of people in Los
Yeah.
Altos Hills. Most of those kids are going to probably gleam over to your group. So,
Okay.
yeah. Sean, are you okay if they supply the radios?
I don't care.
Okay.
I was just volunteering equipment.
Yeah, I would like to see those radios though. I would if you want to bring them out so I can play with them, that'd be
Sure.
sweet.
Sure.
You don't have to bring the whole stash, but maybe a couple on you and I can mess with them.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome if you guys are willing to bring all that. I feel bad. I didn't want you guys to have to do anything but like show up and have fun, but you're bringing up a lot of good things that I haven't thought about. So,
Okay.
So you guys are going to bring radios,
And
a dummy.
and the dummy, and I'll ask again. I asked you once about cribbing because we've got bars and 2 of the wheeled Husky containers full of the right kind of cribbing. 4x4s,
Okay.
4x4s,
Yeah,
2x4s, and wedges. And I don't know if you want it, but we can bring it if you
Yeah,
want.
why don't you bring that too? Because you know your stuff. So that
Okay.
way you won't have to reacquaint yourself with whatever we have. It should be the same, but I was just going to pull them from our disaster trailers.
Yeah, it's all the same stuff. But if that helps you, we can bring it. Nope.
So,
Sure.
and Harry, are you providing the photos for damage assessment? You're going to use one of our drill
Yeah,
photos and scenarios?
I'm going to email some stuff that I've got and to you and Patricia, and you
Okay.
can kind of choose what you want. Is that fair?
Sounds great, Harry. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I can't print them up. Can you print it? Are you just we're going to choose and tell you which ones we want, and then you'll bring the photos?
I can print them, Cookie.
Can you? I can't. Okay.
I
Okay.
can too if you guys need me to. I mean, just let me know. I can use my ink instead of.
I
Yeah.
can print 'em. We're
Okay.
trying to make your job as easy as possible, Victoria, because you're going to have so much to do that day.
Oh, I know. I know.
And we
That's why I'm
appreciate
taking you up on all this.
we appreciate what you have done to
Oh, thank you.
get the hybrid thing going. And we keep scratching our head wondering why County Fire isn't
I know.
launching it too. If you know the answer to that, I'd like to hear it.
I would love to know. All I keep being told is that their nurse, they have like a nurse that runs their medical stuff. So basically their medical director nurse has not released them to do any in-person. They don't anticipate having any in-person events until January of next year.
Oh.
Yeah. So with that being said, I don't know why it's been a thing that we've asked multiple times in our program manager meetings, and it sounds like between Sunnyvale, Palo Alto, our 2 groups together, and Campbell, we're the only ones that are doing a hybrid. No, I'm sorry, San Jose is doing it too, but they're not part of the County Fire thing. But all those people are pretty much going to try and do another hybrid by the end of the year, but no one wants to wait till the next year. So we haven't had one in 2 years, 3 years. It's almost 3 years, right, Maury? I think it's been, because I've been with the district for almost 2, and we hadn't had one then. We were going to do one in March of 2 years ago, and that got canceled. So yeah, so it's been quite the ride for us. So I had to, jump on it and get something going because, we're losing people left and right. People are starting to move out of Los Altos Hills now. They're losing their insurance, and it's been a mess. So
After the CZU fire, a lot of people have moved out of Los Altos Hills because of fire risk.
Wow.
Yeah. So, our little group is dwindling down to nothing, and I'm starting to try not to freak out, but, but that's why, Harry. So, I was trying to mitigate through that a little bit at the beginning of the year, and finally I was like, I can't wait. I can't. And then when they're like, well, you can't borrow the CERT trailer, I was like, oh, no.
Well, we appreciate that you've done that and that you're getting it going. You're still enthused about it. And hopefully after these 2 graduations, you'll still be enthused about it.
I will. And I'll be in Hawaii being really enthused.
Aloha.
Nothing.
Don't want to me. Yes.
I'm just glad that we partnered with Los Altos because our Los Altos Hills was just, Victoria's been trying to kickstart, and every year it's just so difficult ever since
Yeah.
Carol Starbuck left. And we had a lot of changes in the upper management. So it's kind of nice to be with Los Altos because there's, you folks show up for meetings and are very informed and very engaged. So it's really good.
We try. We had a good teacher in Marcia Hovey.
We sure did.
It gave us the right kind of start.
Yeah.
I have a question about, I graduated from the CERT Academy in 2017, and I was lucky enough to have signed up for the Los Altos hosted one in 2016, and just missed that last week. So I just went back and redid it in Los Altos Hills in 2017. Do you actually use since I've not actually instructed, and I've not actually instructed through the academy, the graduation, do you actually sign off on a checklist? Because I printed out that CERT skills checklist that Victoria sent out. Do you all sign for each individual person to acknowledge that they have learned that, or?
Well, we haven't done this is the first hybrid that we've done. So this is the new 2019 FEMA program curriculum, and it includes, and then it's been set up as by FEMA and Salt Lake or University of Utah as this hybrid system. And so this is the first experience we've had with the hybrid system. So previously, the instructor, the primary instructor, would sign off on the certificates for training classes that people showed up, and then we track attendance on a 211 form on each class, and then you'd have to attend each class, or you do the spillover like you talked about and graduate in a different group as a makeup. But this is the first hybrid. I think your question is good, and that's really a Victoria question: is how does she want to document and sign off?
Yeah, because we did not sign off each skill with each student, because there were some people that did not want to do the fire suppression, and they were excused. They watched it and learned, but they did not do it, and yet they still got their certification.
So there is a participant checklist that we will be using.
Okay.
I'm going to get them all prepped. I think for the adults, it'll be a little easier, but, I'm hoping that the teens will kind of be able to keep their paperwork together. So I may do some kind of thing where, they're all going to have name tags. So maybe I'll walk around and just, if you guys have people who are struggling, who you're having issues with, who are not, maybe just let me know. And I can go over there and make a note of it. But yeah, I'll be, because I don't want them to have to carry them around. I think it's going to be a mess. I see it already, paperwork everywhere flying away. So I got to devise, that's my next thing to conquer is devising a way to, either give them a folder or something. We'll have their names on them and we'll sign them off at the end or something. But let me think about that a little bit. But Mara, yes, that's correct. They have their own participant skills checklist, which I'm going to create when they go to these Zoom classes. I'm going to mark them off on some of the stuff we've done already on orientation wise, not on skills day, and then skills day will follow it up with the rest of the skills.
Okay, because some of these skills are pretty detailed.
Yes, and some of those we're already going to do on a Zoom. So we're doing a Zoom tonight. We're addressing some of these things that are just speaking, so that we didn't have to have a whole nother day of skills. A lot of the hybrid classes are going through that now. So we're giving them a Zoom orientation. Marcia and Ann and I are going to be doing that at 7:30 tonight for the teens. And then if they don't make it, they have to watch the recording. I'm going to do something at the end. So they have to go all the way to the end. And then I tell them, no, you have to send me an email saying, how much you enjoyed the Zoom orientation or something along those lines. But they have to prove that they did the Zoom orientation as well. So we'll check them off on some of those things that are not on the skills day themselves in person. We're doing some not in-person training as well to match the whole 70 skill points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the schedule that you showed before I joined,
yeah,
it had I'm thinking about these 3 and 4, the med ops.
Yes.
So Sean is going to be managing the whole station on Stop the Bleed.
Yeah.
It will include everything that's in that class.
Yes.
Right? The tourniquet
Yes.
and,
Yep.
but there's another station that is triage related, doing cap refill and radio pulse detection
Yeah.
and things like that.
I'm going to teach them that part, because that part, I just don't want to teach them the whole color thing and make it all convoluted. But at least at this, they have an idea of what RPM is, and that will match a potential color. But I'm not going to go into how to, the huge triaging, a whole mock simulation of triage. I'm going to do a drill with them that just triage, and teach them how to do the tag, kind of like what we did, Mari, with the group. Yeah. So, so I'm going to go through here, and since we talked about doing maybe some stations within that medical ops station, some mini ones, I'll go through there and kind of, I'll work with Sean and you and kind of show you like, hey, what do you guys think about this? And we'll kind of talk it out a little bit. I'll work on that tomorrow and send it out to you guys. And that way you can look at it and go, oh yeah, okay, we'll do 4 station, this station is this station's that. Then, we'll kind of walk through it a little bit.
Okay, then I just have a question, because for my graduation, and I don't have as much experience with the CERT graduations as you all do, but I thought what was really helpful was this anticipation of not having enough of those ready-made tourniquets and needing to look around for something. So we did it. We talked about it in the class section, the session in the class, but then we also were asked to consider what around us we could use to actually make a tourniquet with, with a triangular bandage that we had in our pack or something, and then go find a piece of wood or something like that.
Improvised tourniquet.
Or improvised splinting and things like that. So we spent some time doing that in the hands-on portion. Are you intending to do that sort of thing as well, or you just talk about it in the class?
We can. So that's something I was going to say. If Sean, if Sean wants to run through a quick improvised tourniquet, that's fine. Splinting, yes, I always usually talk about soft splints because those are easier. Grab a jacket or something and soft splint them. Yeah, we can definitely do that. I have no problem with any of that. Improvising is usually
Hey, one thing I'll throw out there: when we've run our classes in the past, we try to tell our instructors to progress off of pre-made materials with personal opinions, anecdotal experiences, and hey, this might work, and especially on the medical side of things, because we run the risk of, if somebody actually goes and does this and comes back and says, well, they told us how to do it this way. We open ourselves up for a bit of liability. So in the regard Stop the Bleed, there's a very specific set of instructions that go along with, these are the things you can use, these are the things you should never use, and then we really don't demonstrate how to use the other things.
But you talk about them, right?
Like I said, we do the whole, this is what you potentially could use, this is what you should never use, and demonstrate with the entire time. And that way we might mention it for a minute, but it's, again, in this very litigious world, we are teaching medicine to, those who don't have a regular repeated education on, so they're going to take whatever little and go
a little bit,
use it.
Okay.
And so rather than giving them potential,
echo what Sean's saying. That's absolutely true. The improvised stuff, I think the science says it's often not successful.
Yeah.
Well,
Sean and Victoria know that better than me.
Yeah, I mean, when I teach basic first aid, we do talk about improvised tourniquets. Do we have that in the class? Not usually, no, but we do talk about them. So we could do, at least show them so that they know they could potentially, if they have a triangular bandage in their first aid kit, which we do give out, right, on recon and things like that, here's what you could use for it. Because I know, in the Gilray shooting, they used an improvised tourniquet and it worked pretty good. They got the guy over there enough to get a real tourniquet on him. So it was enough to do the trick. So, in the wilderness, a lot of people use improvised tourniquets. So, but again, I agree with Sean and Harry, you don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole, because then you do open yourself up. But I don't think there's a reason why we couldn't at least show them and demonstrate, hey, worst case scenario, you can grab or use a tie or a belt. That's what I tell people, tie your belts and, do the best you can. Yeah, shoestrings, and there's all kinds of things,
No,
right?
no,
So we
no
can-
shoestrings, no shoestrings, never.
Oh, no
shoestrings.
shoestrings. Yeah, no, those will break anyway. Yeah.
Because they'll break or they'll dig into the skin.
They'll
or-
cut the flesh.
It will
Cut.
cut, yeah,
Ah.
cut into the, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Hey guys, unfortunately, I have to cut. I have a.
Yeah, I
3-year-old
do
that's
too,
still getting
actually. I have to
fed.
go to next meeting, yes. But Mari and Sean will work together individually. Fred, Harry, Cookie, let me know what I need to, what you, I'll send a follow-up email to the three of you, and I'll get that stuff fixed for you, Cookie, and for
Thank
you,
you.
Patricia. And then, yeah, we're good to go. Thank you, guys. You guys are the best. I'm so happy you're here with me.
Thank you.
Hey,
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.